Hello, hello. I'm Old Biddy Gaming and thank you for stopping by. I do want to apologize for the quality of my video yesterday. In editing, it looked fine, but after checking it on YouTube after I uploaded it, I realized that the bottom of my screen and the side of my screen was kind of cut off. So you didn't get exactly to see what I was trying to show you. But anyway, that was yesterday. This is today. Let's go ahead and get started. I am going to bring in Hannah since we did get her in the game yesterday. And I do have a couple more alts that I will be bringing in, so I will definitely re-show how to do that. We're going back on the Westlake starter area. But if you notice anything wrong with the audio or the video quality or whatever, please let me know. I would really appreciate it. It's been pretty much a year since I've done any recording, and I think I have forgotten more than I learned. Okay, let's go back to Shangri-La. That's my private server. Since I am playing on creative, single player. There we go. And I hope you can see the whole screen. I did some adjusting. I did a test on it. I even looked at it on Windows Viewer and Movie Viewer thing, and it looked fine. So if the bottom looks like it's cut off or the side is cut off and you can't see everything that's supposed to, that should be there, something I'm talking about you don't see, let me know, please. And I will check it again after I upload it, and hopefully it will get fixed. I'll keep messing with it. Okay, but as you can see, she has all her just the normal basic starting equipment. That's what you usually start with. You get a steel and flint. That's to light your fires and things. You get a hatchet, a shield, a carving knife, a pottery bowl, a shovel, pickaxe, a rake, a rope, your long sword, your compass, which is up here, your tent, which doesn't do us any good since we're already on a deed and I can't place it down unless I go off deed, and a deed stake if she wants to set up somewhere where there's not a deed. She wants to set up her own. But that is all the basic equipment you do come with. As for her skills, they are all one except in fighting. And the characteristics, as I explained yesterday. I like to start my characteristics. I've given up a lot. I mean, I've given up my GM character where I can't just make it easy play. So, and I've put on aggressive creatures, which I don't normally do. So, I did give them a little bit better characteristics than you normally start with. Alrighty. First thing I think I need to do is come over here and check the crops. So you take your rake. I'm so low quality it doesn't even show what's in here. Let's go examine. Down here on the bottom, I hope you can see it. It says You see a patch of freshly sown field, the crops grow steadily. So it does not say it is unattended. When it says that, or it may say it needs a touch with a rake, then you have to go in and rake it. But it hasn't got to that stage yet. And I didn't mention yesterday, but the name of this deed itself is Portado. Yep, that's right, Portado. And we are on the this area that I'm on. I've renamed Shangri-La. I know it's confusing, but this is Portado, or potato if you want to say that. All right, and as I told you yesterday, the only thing I have in here is some seeds. I've got one pelt that, wrong pelt, that pelt should be gone. Well, I can't delete it because I don't have my thing, but that'll be gone because I spawned that in. But the rest of the stuff, like this shiny shard, this wildcat pelt that came from the wildcat that the guards killed, so I butchered it and got that. Where else? There's a star emerald that I found, and I found this shiny shard when I was leveling the ground. But I've got basically just seeds. I do have my fishing net that I said that I was going to spawn in so they can get some meat if they need it, and I also have a grooming brush so I can take care of the animals. But you notice even in this box, everything does eventually acquire damage, and it will waste away. I've got my tar for lighting the lights. BSB, empty. The only thing in here is the crops and some food I have collected. I think it's wildcat meat or feline meat. Yeah, I've got some sugar beets, strawberries, tomatoes, pumpkins, cabbage, feline meat, potatoes, corn, and oh, I've got some lamb because I found a dead sheep in some water. So I took it and I butchered it. I have a lot of food because I was using my GM character and she was doing a lot of farming. So yeah. But I want to go over and check the animals. They should be ready to get a little bit of grooming in, which is going to take forever. So let's get some of that done. Excuse me. Let's start with the horses. Activate our grooming, my grooming brush. Double click on it. It turns green and shows up down here that it's activated. And this is going to take a while. I want to examine and see when I've got, like I say, I think I've got 1 or 2 horses that are pregnant, going to be giving birth here fairly soon. All I did was right click on my horse, select groom, and it's going to take a while. See how slowly the bar is going up? That's because my skill level is horrible. But it will go up. It will slowly rise, and as the skill gets better. I love the little action things it says here is you start to tend to the old horse. The old horse gives you a nervous look. What did you do now? You talk comfortingly to old horse. You stroke the old horse over the back. You pat the old horse reassuringly. Oh. Yes, I know, that's got to feel good. And you've got a chance of this failing, especially at this low level. So you have to start all over again. So we'll see what happens. Uh-oh. You remove some dirt from the old horse. The old horse flinches. That's not a good sign. I removed some more dirt from the horse. I thought you guys needed grooming. And you think of all the horses I have, and the sheep, and the cows. Oh, this is going to take forever. I may try to get the horses done, and then run down to mine and try to do a little bit of mining so we can start making some decent tools. Because a level quality 10 shovel, pickaxe, rake, rope, I mean, they're all horrible. My hatchet is only a 30 quality, and those qualities will go down. Every time you use them, they have damage, and that brings the quality down. And when the quality reaches 0, they are destroyed. You cannot improve your beginning tools. The only ones you can improve are ones you make yourself. Now, as the quality goes up, you can improve better and, make better and better tools. But with our low quality, our tools are going to be bad. Real bad. The old horse seems to really enjoy the treatment. You pick a tick from the old horse and squish it. Tick. The old horse flinches. You check the feet of the old horse and make sure it's in order. Make sure all is in order. And we're almost there. Let's see if we can get through this. This ought to help because this grooming brush is a 99 quality. Yep, see? Didn't even get through it. Didn't even work, so we're going to have to do it again. She shies away and interrupts the action. So let's do it one more time. That's one thing you have to have in this game is patience. I mean, it's almost 4 minutes just trying to groom this one horse. And lucky how many horses I have. But they're not mine. They will be divided up amongst, pardon me, they'll be divided up between all of the alts that I bring in. And they'll be used for different things. We'll be breeding them to have babies, to get better horses. We will be, they use them to pull carts. There's all kinds of things they can be used for. But the higher your skill level, the faster this bar moves across, the less time this will take. But you have to have patience and you cannot expect to just rush through this game. There's no way you're just going to rush through it. Everything takes time. You're supposed to sit back and enjoy it. But when something does get done that you've been working on for a long time, like building a house or building a cart or even making a good tool, the sense of accomplishment is just so great. You really feel like you've achieved something when it comes out better than you expected, or you finally get it done. At the level we're at, even starting a fire is going to be rough. That's why I usually start with them at my characters whichever one I'm playing with. I always start them up high, or I use my GM. Even that takes most things take a while to do, because you still have to do it one at a time. You can spawn things in, but just like the lamps, I had to have tar, so I had to fill each lamp individually. I had to put each lamp down. I had to fill them with tar each. I had to light each one, so it takes time. Well, we're down to the 1 minute mark. Come on, little girl, let's make sure we get this done. And it can't be night. It was just morning a few minutes ago. It must be a cloud coming over or something. Maybe we're going to get some rain, because the sun's right there. Oh, I found another tick. It says almost the same thing as it did the last time. One more try after this. And she shies away. So, I'm going to move, for one thing. Back up just a little bit. Sometimes that helps. And try it one more time. Should be getting something in nature. Where's nature? There it is. Yeah, animal husbandry. I'm up to 1.05. So my skill is going up. I might not be getting anything done, but at least my skill is going up a little bit. Everything you do in this game improves your skill. It'll improve, any stat. Some of it improves the different characteristics, your health, mind, and soul. So, everything you do, you gain some benefit from it. And this is just so relaxing. Might not get much done in a day. I know a lot of people would get bored, but it's just such a slow-paced, easy-going game. Until you have a lava hound, or a hellhound, or a fog spider, or champion wolf or whatever show up that you have to fight and kill, before it kills you or whatever, then it gets a little exciting. I do keep my distance from those, because I am an admitted coward. But you like fighting things like that, then you need to go on a public server, which there are many public servers that you can play on. And they start their skill levels for new players anywhere from 1 to whatever, you know, just whatever they decide to start it at. Me, I'm playing with no upkeep or no cost on my deeds because I'm playing by myself. Why would I want to do that? But most of the public servers, you do have to pay an upkeep. You do have to pay a deed cost when you do find a place that you want to, where you want to settle. But you can usually make the money fairly easily, especially if you go out and fight. And they've got, I think there's PvP servers out there. They got PvE servers, and it's all the servers are player owned. Somebody like me decided they wanted to set up a public server and allow people on, and that's what they do. I haven't ever had good experience playing multiplayer. I did play Wurm online for a while, but back then it was so crowded that I couldn't find a place to settle. Every time I turned around, something was killing me, or I'd starve to death, or whatever. But she isn't going, or she or he or whatever, isn't going to let me groom them. Let's examine. Okay, it says, horses like this one have many uses. She is very strong and well nourished. Her color is gray. This is not the one that's expecting. Let me go find another one. I don't think this is it. Old horse, let's examine. I want to find the pregnant one. She's not her. Okay, this one here. She says same thing. She has many uses. She's strong, well nourished. Color is gray. She will deliver in about 3 days. So in about 3 days we're going to have a colt. I knew it was getting close. But that's all the grooming I'm going to do right now. I don't want to put you through more of it. We will try it again. And I haven't heard, whenever the crops go through a cycle, you hear a loud bird song. And I haven't heard that yet, so I guess they're not ready. So, let's go down here to the mine. See if we can get a little pickaxe action and get some things going. Well, my trees look like they're starting to come up a little bit. I did plant quite a few trees. This ground here is considered steppe because it's all just grass. That back over here, that's forest. It's kind of cool. Back over, there's a hill back over this way. It's got some tar. It's kind of a climb, but there's some tar on it. This little pond down here has got some clay. Kind of quiet today. Don't see any, there I see a sheep down there. of your cow. Yeah. We need to chop some wood too. Oh, come on. Don't tell me. I can't get in there? Okay, Corey, I'm going to have to bring you back and have you give me access to that. Alright. It looks like we won't be doing any mining today. Oops. Ooh. That is a venerable pheasant. Isn't he pretty? And one word of warning, if you come on and you just real low levels like I have and you decide you're going to just jump in and start fighting everything in sight, you're not going to last long. That pheasant back there, that little bitty bird, will tear you up. Even a chicken can kill you in this game when you're low level. No, that's not even saying what a hellhound or something would do to you. Yeah, you don't want to. No, you might want to kind of hold off till your skill gets at least a little bit better. Even with your, you can see your character right now. If you get hurt, you will have red places on you where you can apply. You just drag bandages over and apply bandages to try to heal yourself or bandage yourself up. This is what you would use. You want to look at yourself, what you're wearing or whatever. You just click this little show wounds, you click on that, you go back. Show player, you click on that, and you go to this one. But yeah, I've got a vest, I've got pants. This is leather armor, and it's good, but with low levels, it's not near good enough. And the better armor you make, the heavier it is. So yeah. So let's go ahead and chop down a tree or two. Because I'm going to need some wood because I'm going to have to fix me some food. And I need to get some pottery or some clay so I can make a couple pottery bowls to cook in. I think I've got one pottery bowl. Yeah, one pottery bowl. And it's 2 quality. So I'm not going to get very good meals, so that means I'm going to need a lot of them to keep my food and water replenished. Okay. I've activated my hatchet. It's green. It's down here. Now I'm going to go down, right click, go to cut down. Yeah, I don't know how long this will take. A while. Everything's going to take a while. Grab a swig of coffee, please. Oh, good stuff. All right. But I was talking about Wurm Online. I have every intention of going back on Wurm Online and playing for a little bit. But I'm not much of a multiplayer person. I haven't ever had really any good experience experiences anytime I've played multiplayer, and just the thought of dying every 5 seconds, and I mean, how unforgiving that game is. I mean, it's the same as Wurm Unlimited, but Wurm Unlimited, you can set it a little bit easier. Uh, Wurm Online, you can't do any of that. You play it the way it is. And it's a tough game, especially starting out. If you get in a good area, most of the people that play that game are fantastic. They'll help you any way they can. But then you kind of lose the fun of learning something or doing something yourself if people just give you everything. So that'll get a little frustrating. But then again, you play by yourself and you don't know what you're doing. It's nice to have advice and, you know, things like that. Something you absolutely have to have, and there's no way you can't afford to buy it, or like a mailbox, or, you know, something of that order, because mailboxes in this game have to be blessed by a priest, and I think it's so. I'm not sure, one of the religions, and if if you're not going to be a priest, or you're not going to be able to get the mailbox right. So, a mailbox, or something like that. It would be great to have somebody to help. Well, am I going to lose all my stamina before it goes down? You've got stamina right here. You have water, your food, then you've got calories, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, which I'm almost out of. And this little bitty black line down here, that is a sleep bonus. If you sleep in a bed, go to bed and log out at a bed, your sleep bonus will go up, and as you can use it, and it will give you a bonus on things like, things you do. Like what I'm doing here, cutting down a tree. That would, sleep bonus, it would help your skills. Alright, let's get rid of the stump. I can't stand having stumps. The trees do respawn. It takes them a while, but they do grow back. But I just don't like leaving stumps. But everything you do in this game, you have to do yourself. Alright, let's chop up a tree. I've got it chopped down, now we're going to chop it up. And I imagine the quality on this thing is going to be 1. If it could be lower than 1, it probably would be. But that's what's so much fun about it. You don't click on something and it's instantly done. You have to do each step, so it feels more real. It's like you're out there chopping down a tree and then taking out the stump and then chopping up the tree into logs. And every craft is like that. Everything you do, there's steps to it, things you have to do. And some of it is a long, drawn-out process. I'm going to get a piece off here in just a minute. Everything takes forever. It's been so long since I have played with no high skill levels that, man. I got one log out of it. One log. Yeah, one log. Out of all that chopping. And I hate to even think what the quality on it is. And the bad thing about it, well, I might be able to, but usually when you start out basic with no skills, but since I have my characteristic skills up, I ought to be able to carry more than I would if they were just set on one or whatever. So I might have given myself a plus there. But usually you have to make about 10 trips to carry all the logs back. But I'm not that far away. I mean, it's just up there. It's just irritating to have to run back and forth carrying logs. But you can make a small cart and that you pull yourself. It doesn't hold much. And I've chopped down a tree and I've had to make 2 trips with the cart to bring them back because it's based on your stats. If your strength isn't very high, you're not going to be able to pull too full a cart. And the cart, you load up the cart, you grab a hold of it and start to walk away with it, and the cart stays there and won't budge. So you either have to unload enough out of it to where you can move the cart again, or you just carry them up by yourself. Now with the large cart, and I'm hoping I can go straight to building a large cart, not even bother with the small one right now, you can have 2 animals pull it. And, I mean, they might be slow, but they do pull it. And you can put crates in the back of it. And those crates hold more. You can still put stuff in the back of the large cart. So you can haul a lot of stuff. Plus you get to ride. So that's fun. So hopefully a large cart will be one of the things I will make soon. My wood cutting is now up to 1.06. My axes, even using your tools will get skill improvements. So my skill with an axe is 1.02. And I have 0.39% damage on my hatchet. Right now it's a 30 quality hatchet. Let's repair it. You just right click repair. Now the quality on my hatchet is 29.94. That's why you have to make new tools. Because your tools get damaged. You have to repair them. You've got to repair them. Because if they reach 100%, they're going to break. So you have to repair them. And repair them fairly often. But then, every time you repair them, the quality will drop a little bit. So, you know, it's just one of those things. And when I can get into the mine, and I will bring Corey back after this video and change the permissions on that door so I can get in there. And we'll get in there and do some mining and see if we can make some tools. I don't know about improving them because I don't really have the tools to do any improving except for logs which that's part that you use those to improve, but they have to be higher quality than the item you are improving. Say you've got an axe at quality 2, your log or your piece of iron that you're improving it with has to be above that level 2. You know, level has to be level 3 or quality 3 or quality 4 or whatever to improve that tool. So it gets a little frustrating sometimes when your skill level is low and you can't get something of a high enough quality to improve something or make something. Because the percentages of me making things right now is really, really rough. And there's a couple different ways you can craft things. You can go down here to the little hammer and crossed hammers and click on crafting, and then you've got a good neat little crafting thing come up. Or I could, if I had like a log, and I could take my log and my carving and a carving knife, right click on the, or activate the carving knife, right click on the log, and I can make kindling and things like that. So let me take that. Why it didn't end up in why it didn't end up in this pile, I don't know. Let's examine it. It says pile of items is made from fir wood. Okay, let's open it up and take a look at the qualities. Yep, quality 1. I mean, every one of them is quality 1, which is fine. I basically just want it for firewood anyway. A log starts out at 24 weight, except you'll get a piece of 1. There's always a piece of 1. Let's see if we can grab them all. I can either take that, drag them over here. Now let's see if we can walk. Oh, it's going to be a long walk. Okay, let's drop them one at a time. Well, we'll drop 2 at a time. And to select more than 1, you just click on 1. Then you hold down your shift button and click on how many you want. Like if I want to drop 3, I would go 1, 2, 3. Shift, click, left click, and I would select 3. Drop on ground. Then I get a theft warning that tells you, of course I'm playing by myself, but I'm not going to steal from myself, so fine. Let's see if I can walk now. Very well. Okay. Let's drop another one. Can I walk now? Yeah, I can walk better. So I can carry 3 logs at this skill level and be halfway normal speed. A little slower than normal, but it's better than crawling the way I was. So we'll go up and we'll drop these 3 off and we'll go back and get the others. But this'll give me some firewood because like I said, I am going to have to make some food. I'm going to have to collect some clay to make some clay bowls. So I think I'm just going to drop the firewood probably right here. Yeah, this is a good spot. All right. So I want to go left click on that one, shift, left click on that one. Now I've got all three selected. I want to right click, and then I'm going to go drop on ground. And if you have 3 or more items that you're dropping, it comes into a pile. And you can open the pile and add more things to it, or you can open the pile and take out one at a time. Go back down and grab the rest of my logs, because I am going to have to make kindling. You need steel and flint and some kindling to start a fire, and then you need a log or whatever to keep the fire burning. Let's go here and pick these up. And if you leave them laying on the ground, they are going to take damage. After a while. Well, now these 3 logs, I guess because they're heavier, there's no partial log in this, I'm going to crawl. I'm just going to go very slow. The last set 3 I took up, I had that partial log in there. It wasn't quite 24 weight, so it made it just a little bit lighter. And I forgot to set my timer, so I don't know how long I've been recording, of course. I tried to set it and the alarm went off on it, so I just laid it down. It'll take me a little bit to remember everything I'm supposed to be doing and get everything back the way it's supposed to be. Like I say, my memory gets worse and worse. I mean, some days I can remember what I had for breakfast last week, and the next day I can't even remember what I did the day before, so yeah. Oh, you poor girl. Hannah, I feel sorry for you. I really do. I'm going to put you through the ringer. What will help is if I take my armor off. I don't think I'm really going to need it because I have my Spirit Temper guards. If I have something come after me, I can always run back on deed, and the guards will take care of it. And I'm carrying the sword, which is 3 weight. I'm carrying that shield, which is 2 weight. And then the armor, which weighs a lot. So, you know, that it makes a difference. As you can see. And I already have 0.11 more damage on my hatchet, so I'm going to have to repair it again fairly soon. So that hatchet isn't going to last very long. Oh, slow, slow, slow. I'm only just a few ounces overweight. No, maybe more than that. And I think that partial log was 13 point something. Was 17? I don't remember. But I didn't think it was much more than a full log. But all this will do for firewood. Open. What was that one? Yeah, it was 13.33. So it was less than the 24. That's why I was able to carry 3 the first time. These last 3 that I just carried were all 24 weight. Okay. Let's run down to the little pond down here. Grab some clay. Now that I have firewood and can hopefully make a fire, I need to make some pottery bowls so I can do some cooking. I like this little pond. Not very deep, but it's deep enough to do a little fishing in. You can see this gray area over here, that's clay. I did plant a couple willow trees, 1 or 2 willow trees down here. I don't remember. I think I planted 1 over there, maybe 1 over here. But the trees do spread, especially the fruit trees. Okay, while we're here, first thing first, I'm going to grab a drink of water. You just right-click on the water, left-click drink. You see my water bottle, the blue water level went up, so we're happy with water. My food level is going down. See, let's activate my shovel. Double-click, so it's activated. Let us go over here to the clay. Oh, I was talking about lights. You can tell this is off deed. These lights are still lit and it's daylight. It's raining, but it's daylight. Alright. When you dig clay, the level doesn't really go down much. Very slow moving on clay. But if you can get in the middle of this little triangle or this little square here, that is the center between 1, 2, 3, 4 square or 4 tiles. If you can get in there and dig, then the level shouldn't go down for a long time. I'm just going to right click on that and click dig. Just get some clay going. Another thing, if you do end up with a hole in your clay, you could always just dig a thing of dirt, probably 1 shovelful of dirt, and take it and dump it in that hole and it'll turn back into clay. Plus raise it. So there are ways to get, to keep your clay. If something is chasing you, you don't want to run across clay because it will slow you way down. Same thing with tar, marsh. There's a lot of different terrain that will slow you down. So you want to be careful where you walk. But clay, we need clay for a lot of things. So it's handy to have some right here. The only one that's going to have a problem, only one of my alts or characters or whatever you want to call them, that's going to have a problem is the one I put down there by the other forest. You know, down there close to that soulstone that I showed you. Because I don't know if there's any clay down there, but they'll have to come over here to mine. They've got wood down there, but most of the stuff is on this side. Okay. Clay's even a little heavy. I mean, it's one quality, of course, but weight is 2 for each piece. And I would like to make maybe 4 or 5 of the clay pottery bowls. I would like to have a clay pottery jug to carry water in, but right now I'm just more interested in getting the bowls so I can feed myself. Because the further down my food level goes, the harder it is, the harder it's going to be to bring it back up. And I know I'm running over. I know I'm running over. But I want to get just a few pieces of clay, and then we'll head back and we'll make the bowls and the food next episode. And I will get the mine door straightened out. It completely slipped my mind to adjust the permissions on that. Right now, the only one that can get in there is Quarry. Come on. Another thing, when your skill level does go up, you get more actions. And your stamina bar won't go down as fast. Right now, I can only basically do one action because my stamina will go out and I want to get credit for it. Right now, my digging has gone up to 1.07. So anytime I bring anything up, it's going to help. I want to get my stamina and things like that up so I can queue more items to do. Like I could just right click and say dig again a couple times, but my stamina bar goes down after each time I digged a full shovel, and so there's no sense queuing up more than just the one action right now. Well, I've got 2 pieces of clay. I think 2 more. It isn't going to take much. I think 5 pieces ought to give me plenty. In fact, I think I may have some in the VSB. So I think Quarry did some clay. I don't remember what for, but maybe it was when I was making a forge. I don't remember. So I may have some clay in there. I'll do one more after this. Let my stamina go back up. Alright. And dig one more time. Get 4 pieces of clay, and then we'll go up and see what I can get made. If I have to, I may dig a couple more. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do anything like that unless you guys are here watching. I promised myself I would not do anything between episodes that wasn't GM related. So the only thing I will do off camera is get Quarry back over here to take care of the mine door. But other than that, everything will be just like it is today. Everything when I start the video up tomorrow, will be just like it is today, just where I left it. So I'll dump this clay into BSB, and that anything you put into BSB, it won't decay. Same way with the food bin. You have a BSB, which is short for bulk storage bin. Then you have an FSB, which is food storage bin. There's all kinds of storages. You have crates, you have barrels, you have chests, you have just all kinds. You can build boats, everything from a little rowboat down to a monster boat. I mean, just, now we're out of the clay so we can move a little faster. But yeah, there's not much that you can't make in this game. These lights are out. Strange. Whoop. And I just now came back on the deed. Enter portato. 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 Potato. Yeah. I tried to make a pun of potato, and it sounded funny at the time. Open this. No, I don't have any clay in there. Alright, well, let's just dump the clay in there. Quality 1.4. 1.04, so a little bit of skill gain. I managed to get helped. But I guess that's going to do it for me today. Please let me know what you think about, whether the video looks better this time than it did last time. Whether you can see everything on the screen. I will be checking it myself, but if there's any kind of a problem with the audio or the video or anything like that, please let me know. And I will try my best to do some adjusting. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps. That like does help me more than you would ever know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Any questions. I'd be glad to answer them. I love getting comments and being able to talk to other people. And I don't bite, I really don't. But anyway, I want you to have a wonderful day. Whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever your time zone is. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.